Hello everyone, it's Patricia and welcome to Tester Tuesday. If you're new to my channel, basically Tester Tuesday is a way for me to get reviews out to you guys, but you guys help by voting at the end of the video, so that way we get to review the ones that you guys want to hear about. So at the end, stay tuned and we'll go over what the options for voting for next week's scents are. But basically we are in round 3 of the new spring and summer Scentsy scents. So we have done already 6. We're going to do 3 more this week. This week was a very tight race. We had 126 votes and the record is 136. So very close to the record. But we had a tie for first place. Tie for first, we had kind of a bright orange wax in Tropic Tango and a beige wax of Churro. So each of those scents had 29% of the vote, so quite a bit. Now bringing up third, we're going to call it third, is a light orange wax called Dewy or Don't We. Now in 4th place was Now and Zen, and bringing up 5th place this week was Mojito Mambo. So this week, let's just kind of preview. I had a scent that went down in scent appeal, I had a scent that went up a little bit in scent appeal, and I had a scent that kind of gave me a little bit of trouble, and I'll explain as we go. So we're going to talk about Tropic Tango as our first scent this week. Even though it's tied for first, I have to pick one to start with. So this one is going to be in the citrus category, or it is, I should say. We have our new catalog going now. And this one's pretty strong on cold. I would say medium to strong or even closer to strong. I warmed it here in my bedroom. Typically, I always try to warm things here in my bedroom in a 25-watt bulb warmer. And I warm 2 testers at a time of each scent. Each tester is 3/4 of a cube of wax, roughly. So together it's 1.5 cubes of wax. So that's something to keep in mind. So on cold, the fragrance appeal for me is pretty high for this one. I would say 8.5 out of 10. I really like this one. It's one of my favorites. I'll read you the scent description for Tropic Tango. It says, get in the groove with tangelo zest, mango puree, and coconut milk. And one thing I wonder is if this was going to be a Let's Dance brick from last year. You never know, because of the tango part. But the other thing is I looked up how to pronounce tangelo. You can actually pronounce it tangelo or tangelo. So good to know. And what is that? It's basically a hybrid of a fruit. I'll read it to you. It's mandarin orange or tangerine plus pomelo or grapefruit. So when I put this in the warmer, I definitely had a tang. Like you could smell like a mandarin orange, but I had a tang and I'm like, what's the tang? And then when I actually looked up what a tangelo was, or tangelo, I was like, it's the grapefruit. I think I'm smelling grapefruit. So that explained the tang. At first I was trying to think about it and I was like, it reminded me of like when you have orange juice, you have pure orange juice and then you have orange juice from concentrate, and the concentrate has a different kind of smell and taste. I was kind of getting that vibe. But I think what it is the grapefruit that's doing it. So yeah, you get an orange or a mandarin, you get that zing of the grapefruit, but you definitely get mango. Oh, whoa. Definitely get mango. Coconut milk is the only thing I'm not sure about. Usually that would impart like a bit of a soft blending kind of scent, because if you've ever tried coconut milk, it has a very subtle flavor and taste, not super strong. So it's probably just there to help blend everything together. Yeah, but this scent reminds me of like Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, but I think if you got off the plane and took a deep breath, you would smell something like this. Because I also feel like it's got like a 5% or a 10% floral vibe. Almost reminded me of when I was a kid, and I think they're called honeysuckles, but I don't know. But there was a thing outside our front door, and there would always be hummingbirds. Maybe it was a... Anyway, those things had a little bit of a smell, and I kind of felt like I smelled it in here. Could be just my imagination, but yeah. So it reminds me of a very tropical scent. You get mango, you get an orange mandarin kind of vibe, or that tangelo, which has grapefruit, which gives that little zing. The coconut milk I don't really pick up on. But you put this in the warmer and it performs quite strongly. I would say 8.5 to 9 out of 10. It's pretty intense. I had it going for 2 days, 30 hours. I'm actually going to take it out. It's getting pretty light. So on day 1, I had a lot of mango, and as I felt like I got a lot of citrus, and then on day 2, I kind of started getting the camu vibe. So I think if you like go-go mango, If you like sun-kissed citrus, or if you even like camu, I would suggest picking up Tropic Tango and seeing if you like it, because it's a great scent. It kind of reminds me of a medley of scents, and you could probably warm this wherever you wanted to and get away with it. It's just got that tropical feel to it, and it's nice and vibrant. Because it's got a lot of citrus and fruits, yes, it does start to die down, but I really liked Tropic Tango. The only thing was, I don't know what it was, but I felt like the fragrance appeal went down for me just a tiny bit. And I do love grapefruit, but it's that weird tang. So this is the scent that I actually really, really liked starting out, and maybe not quite as much in the warmer, but I still liked it, don't get me wrong. So that is Tropic Tango. Let's move on to scent number 2, which is Churro. And I warmed this one here in my bedroom. This was the first one I warmed altogether. And it kind of makes a story, so. Okay, so this one's light on cold, I find. And it's the only new release that is a bakery new release. And I love it. It's such a nice scent. I would say 8.5. Fragrance appeal, cold and warm. I really like these kind of scents. Let me read you the scent description for Churro. It says, baked pastry sprinkled with cinnamon sugar captures that heavenly churro charm. Now it's funny because when I see churro, it makes me think of that lady. I think her name is Churro. And I'll see if I can insert a picture. But she's the one that she's like the crazy Latin actress lady. Anyway, that's what I picture. But if you're not familiar with what a churro is, it's like a pastry that they pipe out of a piping bag, and it's got like lines all on it. It's kind of like a choux paste. And what choux paste is, it's got like flour and water, and you kind of like stir it together on a stove, and you stir and you stir and you stir, and then you can add eggs. Now some recipes have eggs, some don't. But anyway, then you put that, it looks like almost like a light batter or a thicker batter. You put it in a piping bag and you just pipe it out with a star tip into deep frying oil. So what happens is the outside gets like crispy and the inside is nice and chewy. And there's a high surface area of outside to inside. So it's definitely chewy, but it's got that crisp outer coating from the choux pastry. And then as soon as it comes out of the oil, you toss it in like cinnamon sugar. Doesn't that sound delicious? So definitely has the GBD vibe, which I always say stands for golden brown and delicious. You can smell that pastry. It smells great. The cinnamon is very, very muted and bakery. So if you are scared of cinnamon, maybe still pick this up. Apple butter frosting, I find, doesn't have a strong cinnamon vibe, but I would say apple butter frosting is stronger in cinnamon than churro. I find churro. The cinnamon is there, but it's not going to blow you out of the water. It's very soft. I feel like you get that dough. I almost feel like I get a buttery vibe. It kind of reminds me a lot of butter pecan in a way. I'm not really sure why. It also reminds me of sugar cookie. It also reminds me a little bit of vanilla bean buttercream, because it's all in that soft vanilla based kind of tone of fragrances. So let me just tell you how it went. Okay, so I put it in the warmer. Here in my bedroom. Day 1, terrific. I would say strength and throw 6.5 out of 10. It's not super, super strong to me. So if you're someone that doesn't really like bakery, you may want to give this one a try. Day 2. It was terrible. I couldn't smell it at all, and I was really upset and thinking, what's going on? Now keep in mind, you don't know this, but day 2 was probably one of the coldest days of the year here in Nova Scotia. My husband said, our bedroom feels like an igloo. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. But I think it did impart the scent, because I was going to give up on churro that day, but I said, no, I'm going to try it again the next day. So the next day was day 3. Lo and behold, I could smell it again. Plain as day. I mean, it wasn't very strong. I would say maybe 3 or 4 out of 10, but I could definitely smell it. I was like, yay, we're back in business. And I carried it into day 4. So I had this going about 36 hours. So what I find with this scent is it might be one of those scents that you have to watch the temperature of your home. And I think it probably does last a fairly long time, but it might be a scent that you might find you're going nose blind to. But if somebody else comes into your house, they can definitely smell it. Sometimes scents like sugar cookie, that kind of scent family of scents, after a while, you can't really smell it, but it's still there. So I think that might be what's going on with Churro. But yeah, this is probably not a super strong bakery in my opinion. So if you are kind of leery of bakery scents, give this one a try. You may really enjoy it. It's got such a nice scent appeal. I would say on warm, it's still like 8.5 for me. I'll definitely be picking up a bar and kind of warming it throughout different areas of my home, seeing where it performs the best. I don't think I'll try it in my open concept space, but I might. We'll see. But yeah, I really like that one. You just keep in mind that temperature definitely does play a factor in the way you pick up scents, because day 2 definitely didn't go well for me, but I'm glad I stuck it out with that one. Okay, last scent, Dewy or Don't We? Dewy or Don't We is a nice orangey colored wax. I ran out of time here in my bedroom, so I had to warm at my daughter's room. She has a beacon warmer. It's a 25 watt bulb warmer, similar size to my room. I would say this is about medium on cold, and it's going to be in the fruity category. I'll read you the scent description for Dewy or Don't We. It says, we definitely do. Just crushed basil over ripe cantaloupe is a gift from the garden gods. Okay, so the first note is basil, just crushed basil. And basil a lot is used to kind of highlight like honeydew or melon. Sometimes you see it wrapped in prosciutto, so you have sweet, salty, and like a freshness, like for an appetizer or something like that. But some people might be scared of the basil, but what the basil does to this scent is very, very interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip over the basil. Yes, I do smell it. I think it's maybe 10 or 20%, but I'm going to go to cantaloupe. This is holy moly cantaloupe. If you love cantaloupe, I think you're going to love this. It's ripe. It almost borders on that like getting over ripe stage of cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe. I wasn't crazy about this scent. I would say scent appeal for me is about 6 out of 10. I was like, I don't think I want my house to smell like cantaloupe, but I put in my daughter's warmer. So right now it is still going because like I said, I'm kind of running out of time. So we're on day 2 and we're at the 26-hour mark. And I would say strength of throw is about 6 to 6.5 in that bedroom. So the interesting thing with this is I would say scent appeal has gone up for me a little bit for this scent. So maybe started out 6, it might even be a 7 now because I'm enjoying it. The basil kind of provides a slight, I don't even want to say green note, almost like a slight fresh with a twist of perfume. I feel like there's a tiny twist of some sort of perfume that works really well with the cantaloupe. Really well. I think that the interesting thing about this scent as well is we're on hour 26. I feel like the scent throw has not dropped one little bit. It is still a good solid 6, 6.5. If this keeps going, I think it's going to be a great, consistent, low-level performer. Like it's not going to blow you out of the house, but you're going to get a lot of life out of Dewy or Don't We. So it's going to be interesting to see. I probably will pick up a bar of this where I wasn't going to originally because I'm coming around to it. Yeah. Okay, so where would you warm this? I mean, you can warm it wherever you want, really. Maybe not a bathroom. I don't know. Kitchen, yeah, like entranceway would be nice. Bedroom would be nice. We'll see how this one does because I'm not sure how much people want to smell cantaloupe, but if you love cantaloupe or melon scents, I would suggest you give that a try. Okay, so let's just summarize this week. Tropic Tango, strong out of the gate. If you like Go-Go Mango or Sun-Kissed Citrus or even something like Oodles of Orange or even Camo, I would suggest picking that one up and trying it out. It feels like a tropical vacation to me. Churro, great on scent appeal. Low intensity in my opinion, but I think it'll stretch out. Just be careful you don't go nose blind, and it might be a great scent to put in as if company is coming over because it kind of reminds me of sugar cookie, like a nice gentle background scent that just makes your house smell delicious, but not like you're trying to have a scent to make your house smell delicious, if you catch my drift. And Dewy or Don't We was kind of the surprise for me. I end up enjoying it, and I think if it continues on the way it's going, I think I'm going to be really pleased with this performance because I feel like it's nice and steady. It's kind of just chugging along. So that's the 3 scents for this week. What we're going to do is we're just going to go over the voting options for this week. So if you're new to my channel, basically I'm going to present to you 6 different choices. You are going to vote for 2 different scents for us to review next week. If you cannot, vote down in the comments section below. Please find me on Instagram. My name is Patricia Gates. I'll put my contact information right here. you can find my post and add in your vote that way. Now, one thing I want to show you before we move on, before we show the testers, is look at this tester. Look how big this tester is. My friend Danielle sent me this tester. It's a beach tester. It's humongous. I could put this in my whole house, probably warm this in my whole house, but anyway. Yeah, I think I'll keep this because it's very interesting. So I'm sure people that have been around to Scentsy have seen big ones like this before. I've seen ones that are kind of this shape but smaller, but yeah, this is the biggest I've ever seen. Anyway, let's get to drawing. This video is going to be too long. Okay, scent number 1, Pina Colada Cha Cha. Scent number 2, Now and Zen. Scent number 3, Mojito Mambo. Scent number 4, Be My Honey. Scent number 5, Johnny Appleseed. And scent number 6, Twitter Pated. Now, whatever 3 scents don't make it into next week's scents, we're going to automatically roll over into the last week. And that week you will not need to vote, but I want you to start thinking about questions for me because I'm going to do a live video coming up soon, a question and answer live video. That way I'll have questions that I can already answer, plus I'll field any questions that come in through the live chat. So as always, thanks for spending the last 16 minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.